Hello, and welcome to our Lesson 5.07 video tutorial for developing a strong claim and counterclaim. Previously, you answered one of these two questions. Should college athletes be paid to play, or should books be banned? You may want to pause this video and open up your 5.06 assignment to recall which topic you selected and which stance you will take in your argument essay. Either you will write an argument in favor of paying college athletes or in opposition to paying college athletes, or you will write an essay which supports banning books, or you are going to write an essay in which you argue against censorship. There are two basic elements of any argument, and they are the claim and the counterclaim. The claim is your starting point for any argument. The claim states your position clearly and lets others know what you are going to prove in your essay. You can't have an argument without opposition. The counterclaim is the statement of the reasons people might disagree with the claim. Note that your goal is not to prove the counterclaim. Your goal in the argument is to refute it, prove it wrong, while proving your claim or your position correct. At this time, please pause the video, complete the following steps, and continue to the video after your worksheet is open. Please go to the 5.07 lesson in your Lessons tab. When you are in Lesson 5.07, go to page 3 and click Writing Your Claim worksheet. Save it to your virtual backpack. This can be a file on your computer, your thumb drive, etc. Open the file, and when the file is open, please continue watching the video to complete the claim and the counterclaim for your upcoming essay. First, you will be writing your claim. The 5 steps to writing your claim are: first, complete the following sentence, I plan to prove that. Then, cross out I plan to prove that, and what remains is your clearly stated position. Then, complete the following sentence, this matters because. Cross out this matters because. What remains is your purpose for writing. You will combine these two thoughts into one sentence, and that will be your claim. So let's take a look at the sample writing prompt. Should the driving age be increased? Let's go step by step and write a claim to answer this prompt. Step 1, complete the following sentence. I plan to prove that. I plan to prove that the driving age should be raised to 21. Let's do step 2. Cross out I plan to prove that. What remains is your clearly stated position. Notice in step 2, we simply have the driving age should be raised to 21. Step 3, complete the following sentence. This matters because. This matters because teenagers cannot be trusted behind the wheel. Now we're going to step 4. Cross out this matters because. What remains is your purpose for writing. Teenagers cannot be trusted behind the wheel. Combine these two thoughts into one sentence. This is your claim. Because teenagers cannot be trusted behind the wheel, the driving age should be raised to 21. At this time, please pause the video, complete the following steps, and continue the video after your worksheet is open. When you are in Lesson 5.07, go to page 4 and click Writing Your Counterclaim worksheet. Save it to your virtual backpack, open the file, and then continue watching this video to complete the counterclaim for your upcoming essay. Now we're going to write our counterclaim. The steps to completing a counterclaim are as follows. Step 1, complete the following sentence. My claim states that. Here, you're taking the claim you already composed on the last worksheet and inserting it here. Step 2, cross out my claim states that. What remains is your clearly stated position. Step 3, complete the following sentence. Some may disagree with me because. Here is where you're going to explore the main reason why opponents may not agree with your claim. Step 4, cross out some may disagree with me because. What remains is your counterclaim. So remember the sample prompt from our designing of our claim? Should the driving age be increased? Let's continue with that sample prompt and design a counterclaim together. Step 1, complete the following sentence. My claim states that. My claim states that because teenagers cannot be trusted behind the wheel, the driving age should be raised to 21. I hope you recall that a few slides ago, this is the claim that we designed together. Step 2, cross out my claim states that. What remains is your clearly stated position. Step 3, complete the following sentence. Some may disagree with me because. So for this particular argument, some may disagree with me because many families rely upon their teenage drivers to help with errands and duties. Now I'm going to cross out some may disagree with me because, and what remains is our purpose for our counterclaim. At this time, please pause the video, complete the following steps, and continue the video after your worksheet is open. Please go to the 5.07 lesson in your Lessons tab. When you are in Lesson 5.07, go to page 5 and click Writing Your Opening Paragraph Worksheet. Save it to your virtual backpack, then open the file and continue watching this video to complete the opening paragraph for your upcoming essay. For your 5.07 opening paragraph worksheet assignment, you will follow the steps outlined in the lesson to write an opening paragraph for your argument. First, you will write your claim in the space provided. Next, you will write your counterclaim in the space provided. Third, you will use both your claim and your counterclaim to write a solid opening paragraph. You will include your opening paragraph at the bottom of the worksheet. Highlight or underline your claim and counterclaim. Remember, your opening paragraph should follow this format. First, it should begin with a hook. What can you say about the topic to grab the audience's attention? Then there is a sentence that acts like a bridge between the hook and the counterclaim connecting the two. Then you will include your counterclaim or the reasons people may disagree with you. Then a bridge connecting the counterclaim to the claim. Finally, your opening paragraph will end with the claim or the position you are trying to prove. Let's take a look at an example introductory paragraph based upon the steps we discussed on the last slide. Flat tires, fender benders, car crashes. These terrible occurrences happen every single day in our country, and many of them involve teenage drivers. Something must be done to protect our children and our other drivers on the road. Many families rely upon their teenage drivers to help with errands and duties. However, we cannot put so many young people at risk. Because teenage drivers cannot be trusted behind the wheel, the driving age should be moved to 21. Let's take a look at our hook. Flat tires, fender benders, car crashes. The purpose of the hook is to grab the reader's attention. Let's take a look at our first bridge. These terrible occurrences happen every single day in our country, and many of them involve teenage drivers. Something must be done to protect our children and our other drivers on the road. The purpose of this bridge is to connect the hook and the counterclaim. In other words, this sentence makes your reader understand how your hook relates to your counterclaim. Next, we have our counterclaim. Many families rely upon their teenage drivers to help with errands and duties. If you'll recall, we wrote this counterclaim together when we completed our counterclaim worksheet. This is our opposition to our argument. Next, we have our second bridge. However, we cannot put so many young people at risk. The purpose of this bridge is to connect your counterclaim to your claim and help your readers transition over from what your opposition thinks to the point that you're going to prove. Notice that this bridge began with however, a nice transition word which helps our readers understand that we're going to change our focus now in the paragraph. Finally, we have our claim, which we composed together earlier in the video. Because teenage drivers cannot be trusted behind the wheel, the driving age should be moved to 21. This is our clearly stated position in the argument and the point that we are going to prove throughout the rest of the paper. Keep these tips and tricks in mind while working on your 5.07 opening paragraph assignment. First, your claim and counterclaim should be based upon the research you conducted for assignment 5.06. It might be a good idea to review the websites you found as well as the research you accumulated from those websites. Next, your goal is to support the claim and refute the counterclaim. You are not presenting two sides of the argument to your audience. Rather, you are proving your stance right by proving the other side wrong. Congratulations, you have completed your 5.07 opening paragraph worksheet. Remember to submit your worksheet in the 5.07 assessment area. If you have any further questions about how to write the most effective opening paragraph possible, please give your teacher a call. They're waiting to hear from you.